1 out of 2 Bangladeshis, 65 million people, still live in poverty, earning less than $1 a day. 1 out of 4 living in extreme poverty. Poverty is higher in rural areas than in urban areas. While higher in rural areas, extreme poverty in urban areas is rising. With over 140 million people living in 1,150 per square kilometer, Bangladesh is the most densely populated country in the world. Given its high population growth rate, additional 2.4 million people have to be fed, and half that number of new jobs has to be created each year, simply to keep the number of poor unchanged, and much more to substantially reduce poverty. Bangladesh remains on the front line of global achievement of the Millennium Development Goals, MDGs, even if the nation achieves the target for income poverty reduction in 2015. The total number of poor people will still remain extremely high. Bangladesh now stands as a role model in the field of development. The resilience of the people, their determination and the progress being made despite all odds speak of a very special strength. Bangladesh stands as a beacon for those in poorer countries trying to raise money to run a new business. For the past quarter of a century, Rural Reconstruction Foundation, RRF, has been relentlessly working in southwest Bangladesh to promote the socio-economic condition of the people of that area through different projects. Organizing the rural poor into groups and accumulating their savings for income-generating projects, the RRF started the Rural Microcredit Program in 1992 with funds from Polli Kormo Shohayak Foundation, PKSF.
সমিতিতে টাকা লোন নেওয়ার পরে প্রশিক্ষণ দিয়েছে সমিতিতে দেওয়ার পরে আমরা এই বাঁশ বেত কিনি বাঁশ কিনি 50 টাকা 60 টাকা 70 টাকা এরকম দাম নেয় আমরা একটা বাঁশ কিনে তৈরি করে আমরা বিক্রি করে সেই টাকা দিয়ে আমরা এই সমিতি চলি।
As a leading development organization in the southwest, RRF reaches 91,000 households in 11 districts. It has recently expanded its operation to another 7 more districts in other parts of the country. Financial support to the hardcore poor increased, while more women, now much more confident and freer, borrowed more money. Loans to agro-enterprises among small and marginal farmers also appear to be beneficial.
আমি RRF তে সমিতি টাকা নিয়ে আমি জায়গা জমি ভালোই বানাইছি গোলাপ বাগান 5 বিঘা করে আমি উন্নতির পথে দাঁড়াই গেছি আমি পরবর্তী সামনের বছর আরো জায়গা জমি কেনার জন্য আমি প্রস্তুত দাঁড়াই গেছি আর আমার পাশে আমি যে আমার সদস্য নিয়ে কাজ করেছিলাম তাদেরও 30,000 40,000 20,000 করে ঋণ দিয়ে তাদেরও উন্নতির পথে দাঁড়াই গেছি তারাও আমার কথা শুনে তারাও ঋণ নিয়ে বহুত উন্নতির পথে এসে গেছে এখন এই পরিবর্তে বেশি নজনই চিন্তা ভাবনা সবাই প্রস্তুত দাঁড়াই গেছিল
Giving small loans to families and business play an important role in tackling the scourge of poverty, hunger and illiteracy. The rural woman who previously never ever saw a currency note is now a flourishing entrepreneur. Even though microfinance has been hugely successful, recent evidences show that further refinement and innovation will be needed to reach the very poorest people.
প্রথম 5,000 টাকা লোন নিই আমার মার নামে এবং সর্বশেষ লোন নিয়েছি 30,000 টাকা নিয়ে এই মেশিন আমি করেছি আর কি। এখন মোটামুটি আমার মহিলায় আছে 30 জন মতন মহিলা খাটে এবং প্রত্যেক মহিলা প্রত্যেক দিন 30, 35, 40 টাকা করে ইনকাম করে। কাঠি বাঁধে, তারপরে চামচ বাঁধে, মানে কাঠের চামচ কাঠি এগুলো বেঁধে ইনকাম করবে এবং পুরুষ লোক রাখা আছে আমার 8 জন।
One of the 4 basic human needs is housing. While birds have their nests, many people don't. With support from Bangladesh Bank and Christian Childcare International Canada, RRF has provided houses to over 800 destitute families for secured life within their reach. There are many others who would still need this support. Children's Education Sponsorship Program is one of the promising and fast expanding programs for the underprivileged children of the rural areas. Funded by Christian Childcare International CCCI Canada since 1998, the program presently involves over 4,000 children in 5 districts. Non-formal education is providing more than mere literacy to the young generation. It is giving them a means of self-reliance. While the problem of health, nutrition and sanitation tackled and arsenic mitigated with supply of deep tube-well waters, the hazards of surface water logging affected thousands of people living in Bhavata. 400,000 people live in a miserable and inhuman condition for half of the year due to water logging. Rising sea levels are another major threat. 70% of land in Bangladesh is within 10 meters of the sea level. The impacts of climate change in Bangladesh are likely to adversely affect those who are poor. We are still grappling with poverty, natural calamities, and a host of other impediments of development.
25 থেকে 30 ভাগ লোক
To turn the unemployed into human resources, RRF provides skills training as well as human development training for both in-house staff and beneficiaries as well as to others.
বিভিন্ন উন্নয়নমূলক সংস্থা এই দারিদ্রতা বিমোচনে গুরুত্বপূর্ণ ভূমিকা পালন করতে পারে এবং ইতিমধ্যেই অনেক সংস্থা এই দারিদ্রতা বিমোচনে এগিয়ে এসেছে।
Bangladesh is uniquely rich in its art, culture and heritage, which dates back to 1204 AD, when the Muslims conquered Bengal. Over the years, with the cultural impact of increasing globalization, architecture has undergone a major transformation. RRF's training campus, spread over 6 acres of land, is a unique structure contributing to a modern architecture in the area. While RRF runs projects from its own fund, the main partners financing RRF in other development initiatives are Polli Kormo Sahayak Foundation PKSF on microcredit, Christian Childcare International CCCI Canada on children's education, Bangladesh Bank on rural housing, NGO Forum on sanitation, World Fish Center on aquaculture extension, World Food Program on integrated food security and nutrition and education. RRF is grateful to its long-standing development partners from home and abroad for the continued support and cooperation in promoting the well-being of the poor.